So next we are going to discuss about chlorinated lime. So the chemical formula of chlorinated lime is CaOCl2. Synonym: bleaching powder, chlorinated lime, or calcium chlorohypochlorite. So these are the synonyms of chlorinated lime: bleaching powder, calcium chlorohypochlorite, chloride of lime. Then physical properties: color, it is white or grayish white granular powder. Odor, it has a characteristic odor of chlorine. Solubility, slightly soluble in water and in alcohol. It consists of calcium chlorohypochlorite CaOCl, It is intermediate between calcium chloride and calcium hypochlorite. So it has varied amount of calcium hydroxide and moisture. So it becomes moist on exposure to air. Then storage. It should be stored in tightly closed containers. It is affected by moisture and heat. The next is the chemical properties of chlorinated lime. So when exposed to air, it absorbs moisture and carbon dioxide and gradually decomposes with loss of chlorine. So CaOCl2 plus CO2 plus H2O gives CaCO3 plus HCl plus HOCl. So the liberated hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid HOCl gives chlorine gas Cl2. This chlorine gas which acts as a bleaching agent, and this bleaches toilet, latrines, because chlorine gas is produced and it sterilizes that places. So mainly it is used as a bleaching agent. Then its aqueous solution is strongly alkaline and give rise to hypochlorite ion, which is responsible for bleaching and oxidizing actions. So CaOCl2 plus 2H2O gives CaOH twice plus HCl plus HOCl. Then the HCl and HOCl react together and releases chlorine gas. So that chlorine gas which acts as a bleaching agent and a disinfecting agent. So next is the preparation. It is manufactured by the action of chlorine on calcium hydroxide. So the slaked lime is spread on shelves in suitable container. Chlorine gas is introduced at the top of chamber and passed through the content of the shells. This is usually done at 25 degrees centigrade, thus minimizing the formation of calcium chloride. So when absorption of chlorine is completed, powdered lime is blown into the chamber to absorb the excess of chlorine. So slaked lime, what is slaked lime? Calcium hydroxide is called as slaked lime. So calcium hydroxide treated with chlorine gas in presence of, at a temperature of 25 degrees centigrade, about 12 to 24 hours, we can get bleaching powder CaOCl2 plus H2O. So this is the method of manufacturing of bleaching powder. Then uses, it is mainly used as a disinfectant and bleaching agent. It shows bactericidal action. It is used to disinfect feces, urine, sputum and other organic material. It is employed for disinfecting drainages. It is a powerful bleaching agent. Its powerful bleaching action must be considered while disinfecting colored materials. It is used as 1 to 2 gram per liter for sterilization of water. The treated water should be exposed to air and allowed to settle before use. Chlorinated lime is used in the preparation of surgical chlorinated soda solution, employed as a wound disinfectant. Then standard, so it contains not less than 30% weight by weight of available chlorine. Test for identification: when sample treated with hydrochloric acid, it will liberate chlorine. So that is the identification test for bleaching powder. So next is the assay. So the assay of this product is based on back titration method. So chlorinated lime liberate chlorine slowly when it is added to water. However, on titration and shaking with water, the available chlorine in sample is released readily. So an aqueous suspension of sample is treated with an excess of acetic acid in presence of potassium iodide in iodine flask. The acetic acid is liberate chlorine from the sample, which displaces an equivalent amount of iodine from the potassium iodide. So the liberated iodine is titrated with standard 0.1 normal sodium thiosulfate using starch solution as indicator towards the end of the titration. So mainly assay by the iodometric method or the back titration method. So an aqueous suspension of the sample plus acetic acid plus excess of potassium iodide. So here the acetic acid which liberate chlorine gas, that is then the liberated chlorine displaces an equivalent amount of iodine from potassium iodide. Then the liberated iodine titrated with sodium thiosulfate using starch mucilage as indicator. So CaOCl2 plus 2CH3COOH acetic acid gives CH3COO twice Ca calcium acetate plus hydrochloric acid plus hypochlorous acid HCl plus HOCl. Then in the second step, the HCl and HOCl, hypochlorous acid and hydrochloric acid, react together and releases chlorine gas Cl2 plus H2O. Then in the third step, the potassium iodide plus chlorine. The chlorine gas displaces an equivalent amount of iodine from potassium iodide. 2Ki plus Cl2 gives 2KCl plus I2. Then the liberated iodine titrated with sodium thiosulfate, we can get sodium iodide and sodium tetrathionate. Here starch is used as the indicator. So this type of assay is iodometric titration or back titration method. So mainly it is used as a disinfectant and bleaching agent. It should be stored in tightly closed or well closed container, because when exposed to air or moisture it liberates chlorine gas.